Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning in Indonesia and in America. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Bu.
Happy International Women's Day.
Yes.
Happy!
Are you happy today,
Thank you, Mom.
everybody?
Yes, we are.
That's great.
Yes, we are.
Now I think we already have 15 people at the Eventbrite, which is the organizer by for this event at the UN Women Peace and Humanitarian Fund. It said that all tickets were sold out. They only give 20 tickets. I guess we should start now because we are late, like 19 minutes, and we only have a program for 2 hours, according to our commitment with Zoom. So, would you like to put the agenda? We are thanking Mapuji, the host from Jati Rasa Foundation, House of Authentic Sense in Yogyakarta, who invited us.
Mama udah cantik belum?
Yeah. So, sisters, we have agenda. So we now in the first agenda, welcome and greeting, and I will ask everybody to introduce yourself because we are only small group of people because this is supposed to be a workshop. And then the second is introduction to the session. The third is opening prayer, a Christian prayer led by Sister Marda Stother from Berkeley, California, US. And Islamic prayer led by Sister Haryani Sapta Ningtyas from Solo, Indonesia. The fourth is a workshop on women, interfaith, and sustainable development goals led by Farsijana Adeney-Risakotta. The fifth is watching a short inspiring interview from grassroots Indonesian women. House of Authentic Sense Co-op Women. And the sixth is closing. So it's a very, very simple agenda for celebrating International Women's Days. And I would like to open introduction from everybody. Can just say your name and where are you from? Please start from Sister Marda. Would you like to?
Thank you. My name is Marda Kwan Stothers, and I live in Berkeley, California, and I'm quite happy to be hosting Farsijana during her visit here to the States. So thank you, and I'm glad to see all of you. Yes,
thank you. Happy International Women's Day. And then Sister Sandy, I saw you are joined according to the list that I am reading. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sandy Fitzgerald from North Carolina in the US, and I'm happy to be joining. I met Farsijana when I was staying in her home in Indonesia when I was traveling. So I became interested in her project.
Thank you. Happy International Women's Day, sister. And then Sister Louise, I saw your name here.
Okay. I'm Louise Waters from Oakland, California, and I'm just looking forward to learning all of the things that have been happening since I spent a month with Farsijana and visited a number of the projects that were part of the co-op, and I can't wait to see what's happened. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy International Women's Day, sister. Sister Anna Istanti, would you like to introduce yourself, please? Say your name and where you're from. Unmute.
Selamat pagi, saya Ana Istanti, saya dari Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Saya bekerja di Koperasi Konsumen Gereja Tirasa. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Ibu Haryani, Ibu Yani, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Okay, thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Good morning in Indonesia and good afternoon in America. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Haryani Saptaningtyas. I live in Solo, but now I am a chief as a director of Percik in Salatiga as a new director. And, you know, leading civic social organization in Central Java is not that easy. But I believe that the woman as a leader may bring something new in in empowering other women. And I active in Interfaith women in Central Java, namely Katahawa. And I work together with Ibu Farsijana, working with research in a woman movement after Reformation in 1998. Thank you, Ibu Farsi, to invite me to join with.
Thank you. I'm pleased to have you. Ibu Eva, Mama Eva, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yes, Mom.
Where is your
I'm
baby?
hearing because here I'm in school now, Mom.
Oh, okay, you are at school.
Yes, I'm at school right now.
So, would you like
I'm
to
so sorry. I'm still hearing where this is still menyambut tamu.
welcome your guest? Oh, okay. So, happy International Women's Days.
Yes, happy International Women's Day to Gereja Tirasa. Hope we will more fun. Our currency
Thank you so much.
improve.
Thank you.
And our financial improve higher than before.
Okay, thank you. Thank
So
you.
we can pay the tax and loan.
Okay, thank you. Now we move to Ibu Irena Juliana. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Good morning to all of you and also good afternoon the people in America. I'm Irena Juliana. I'm handling the disabled people. I live in Prambanan, Yogyakarta, and I'm happy to joining this Zoom meeting. I hope that everything will be okay for us in Indonesia, especially women, and then we can improve what we should have it. Thank you. Thank you, Bunona. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy International
Women's Day.
Okay, thank you, Ibu. Now I like to have Ibu Maria, Sister Mary. Sister Mary, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Mary Green Vickery. I live in Sunnyvale, California, which is in the Bay Area. I'm actually only a couple hours south of where Farsijana is right now. I met Farsijana 2 years ago when my PW Circle was studying Indonesia and her mission work with Bernie. And this is just amazing that with pandemic, we discovered that you can have Zoom meetings with people halfway around the world.
Right, yeah. Thank you, sister. Happy International Women's Day.
Yes.
Thank you. Sister Sainora Idris from Aceh, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Halo,
Halo.
selamat pagi semuanya. Nama saya Zenoraidis. Saya bekerja di Pasca sejak tahun 2008. Selama ini mendampingi masyarakat ada disabilitas dan juga korban konflik. Jadi selama mendampingi masyarakat, saya senang mendampingi ibu-ibu, memberikan motivasi untuk mereka. Selamat Hari Perempuan.
Selamat Hari Perempuan Internasional, Bu. Terima kasih. Oke, and then Ibu Yulia Anes, Ibu Maria Yulia Anes, please. Hello. Would you like to introduce yourself? Sister Maria?
Halo, selamat pagi. Good morning. In Surabaya. Yeah. My name is Maria Julia Anes. I'm from Surabaya, but I'm work in Jogja in the Kooperasi Gereja Tirasa. Sorry. I'm very happy joining in so with everybody and happy International Women's Day. God bless you all.
Thank you, Sister Ade Maria. I'd like to have Ibu Rorita Devi to introduce yourself, please.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Rorita Dewi. I am from Project Institution Salatiga, same with Farsijana Adeney-Risakotta. I'm very glad to invite Yani for the Zoom meeting this morning. Nice to meet you, everyone.
Thank you, Ibu Rorita. I think we already introduced everyone. Oh, now your turn. Bu Tuti, hello. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Halo. Ya, selamat pagi semuanya. Mohon maaf dalam perjalanan sehingga videonya kurang jelas. Selamat Hari Wanita Internasional. Happy International Women's Day untuk semuanya.
Terima kasih, Ibu.
Dan seluruh anggota serta pengurus Koperasi Konsumen Gereja Tirasa, terima kasih yang sudah menghadirkan saya di dalam acara sespektakuler ini.
Terima kasih, Ibu. Right, now we already introduced everybody. I hope all the friends who already signed up will join, but we can start the program. And the next agenda will be praying. And I like to invite Sister Marda Stother to pray as a Christian, and then we'll be continue with Sister Haryani, who is going to pray with Islamic tradition. Time for you both, please.
Thank you. I'm going to read a poem from my husband's book of poetry that was published in Belfast, Northern Ireland. We lived there for 6 years. You don't need to understand all the words, just listen with your heart. This poem is entitled Women. Lord, we thank you today for the world of women, garnished with children, filling the family scripts of the everyday, combing strands of life, parting history, spinning tales for pausing toddler breath, catching up with scurrying, giggling feet, guiding teenage trials with tears of healing promise, praying stormy times through from stand sit to sit down, being the colic call from grown-up tales, offering the taste of hope for their tied-up lives. Laboring, loving, lecturing, governing, banker, lawyer, artist, president, co-keeper of the home. Celebrating each birthday, singing every song, reading every novel, rehearsing all encouragement, receipts of love for every garnered rose, catching kisses from always busy sons, giving squeeze from distant loving daughters, and awe from ever open-mouthed husbands. God, we pray, in the midst of the batter of sin and shorten wholeness in relationships, that family will mean a wholesome place for the blessing of mothers this lifetime. Benediction, pray with me, please. God of grace, good God of bounty, send us forth to flow your rivers, reflecting your greatness in foundations of always wholeness. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Sister Marta. Now, Sister Yani.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please upon us. In the name of God, the most merciful, the beneficent, we offer our thanks and gratitude for this healthiness, togetherness we have today. In the world where so many crises, illness, and pandemic, we may, together with humble heart, bring our heart together beyond our differences, beyond our religions. We offer our thanks and gratitude for each member of our community and the opportunity that we all have to come together for today, the International Women's Day. We hope this moment will strengthen women around the world to stand together during the time of the sufferings, for the economic struggle, for justice, for strength all girls and women around the world, and women who take leaders everywhere in the time of these challenges. Dear God, may you bless our efforts and help us sit present with one another, mindful of our purpose. Bismillahi wa ala barakatillah. In the name of God and with the blessings of God, let us begin with the Islamic praying. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister. Thank you for beautiful prayer from Sister Marta and from Sister Yani. Now we all feel like we are ready for learning together about what has happened with Indonesian women and what has happened with the connection international women between women around the world. The third agenda will be about a workshop. Mbak Puji, would you like to show the slide now? Yeah. So I put some information about myself because this is workshop that the title that I give for the committee, the organizer of UN Women Peace and Humanitarian Fund when they accept me for join the 1,000 women leader, a global initiative for justice and equality. And so I think that I have to a little bit introduce myself for those who has now has not understand or deeply about what I'm doing. So this is the background of my education. As Sister Yani said, we have been working in Indonesia. For my work is on the ground and the grassroots, but also academic. So I thank for my education as a woman. I reached the opportunity for study. So I graduated from theological study in Jakarta in 1988, and then went to remote island for work in Halmahera, and then come back again in Java. I worked in Halmahera for 5 years, and then I come back to Java to continue my master's study in religion and society, and then I went to the Netherlands for my PhD study in anthropology and Indonesian study. Next. So my work as a Presbyterian Mission co-worker to St. working as a lecturer at Duta Wacana Christian University. And right now I'm located at Duta Wacana at Business School, especially social entrepreneur program, master program of Faculty of Business. And I also found Center for Study of Development and Social Transformation of Business Faculty and House of Authentic Sense Foundation. Yes, next. So this is the overview about our university, and you can see all the activity that we did together before the COVID hit. So in Indonesia, we have 3 tasks as a lecturer. One is teaching, doing research, and social empowerment, social work with society, with community. So our university is in the middle of the city, and this is all the activity around teaching in the class, for master class, and meeting with my colleagues, meeting with other colleagues, guiding or helping young lecturer to do the research as well. Yes, next, Mbak Putih. And my work with community is around the city of Yogyakarta, working through co-op, House of Authentic Sense co-op, and working with students, bringing them to have activity directly with community. And the map you can see where the university in the middle of the city with the map. And so we are very close to the ocean, south coast of Java, Indonesian Ocean. Yeah. So this is also part of the community work around with community, but also bringing students and then reflect all the work from the practical working with community to the classroom. Yeah. So in this workshop, I would like to divide it into several sections. First of all is a background, and then the second, challenging and respond to our woman reality in Indonesia. The third is interfaith partnership among Indonesian women. The fourth, practicing sustainable development goal among women entrepreneurs. The fifth is question and answer, and then the sixth is closing. Yeah. So for today, UN Women declared the theme of International Women's Day as Women in Leadership, achieving an equal future in a COVID-19 world, and special program for 10,000 women leader and global movement for peace and equality that organized by the UN Women Peace and Humanitarian Fund. I like to start with the question that lead to our session is, to what extent a woman in Indonesia can work internationally to transform to fair economic structure in their country and impact to their fellow country. So that is my question that I like to raise. Untuk teman-teman yang belum bisa menangkap dalam bahasa Inggris secara baik, saya hanya mau mengulangi bahwa pertanyaan dari diskusi workshop ini adalah bagaimana perempuan di Indonesia bisa bekerja secara internasional untuk mentransformasikan struktur ekonomi yang adil di dalam negerinya sendiri dan juga berdampak pada negeri atau negara dari rekannya. Jadi workshop ini kita akan menuju ke sana, bagaimana kita bisa bekerja sama untuk itu. Ya, jadi saya berterima kasih untuk kesempatan bisa belajar bersama-sama pada sore hari ini. Ya, terus Mbak. So the second slide that I like to show is that the challenge and response to our woman reality in Indonesia. Indonesian population in 2020 contains of 136 million, 0.99 million male persons, or more than 50%, and 130.54 million female person, or about 49.4%. So the efforts of girl attend school on the age 15 year in urban area is about 9.31 years. So it's only about like high school, then they will just draw up or finish the study. Where in the rural area, the effort is about 6.95 years. So it's about like elementary school, then they will not go to school anymore. The efforts of girl on age 15 years study in rural area is until 6th grade to 7th grade. In the urban area is up to senior high school. So we can say that there are about 2 within 10 of female population aged 9 to 20 are still attending university, which is a good news. And literacy of population, the age of 15 year above for men is 19.33%, and for women is 93.99%. Yes. So in this graphic, we show that female worker in Indonesia has increased every year. The presentation of female worker is up to 50% more than number of male worker. In certain sectors such as social service, the number of female worker is almost equal to number of male worker. And the government pays serious attention to the right of women workers, so they do not get the discrimination experience in the workplace. So next map. Many women also become chief of executive officer in Indonesia, but we don't have yet number in terms of presentation how many of them has been the chief executive officer in Indonesia, but the trend is high. And trend of young women lecturer from age 25 to 35 years has been increased. So many women decided to become a lecturer than the men. And trend women hold doctoral degree has increased too. Like Ibu Yani, She just got a promotion to be the Perchik, the head of Perchik, but also she hold a PhD. She hold a PhD from the Netherlands. As my PhD also from that, but different university. So the average proportion for female worker in industrial sector in Indonesia is 47.5%. And women worker in agriculture, forestry, and fishery is about 26.62%. And women work in big trading, retail business, and reparation is about 23.71%. And women work in processing industry, like food industry, is about 16.45%. But their salary, according to research done by International Labor Organization, is still lower than a male worker. 23% of their salary that they receive is still lower than the male worker. Yeah, next one. So from some statistic remark, we could conclude that poverty experienced by women happen because of lack of education. So women could get a lower pay because they don't have education. But some research has shown that religious authority, patriarchal structure has impact to education for women. Mean that a woman got the challenge to go to the school because they want to get more understanding from religion, and religion have helped them to encourage them to go to school. So through religious education that women study, especially, they have access to advocate their own right. Also, women organization has been formed to channel women need, and it can help women to join the organization, and they get inspiration and support from other women in order for them to continue the study. We also have a National Committee on Violence Against Women, Women National Committee that was formed in 1998. And this is maybe the first one type of human rights national committee, especially for women, that have in the world, because this is like a woman organization. But I always wonder, even with all the structure that we already have in Indonesia, why women are still poor? Like, okay, 28% of salary received by a female worker is lower than men. But according to my understanding, not only women's salary is low, but also women product both cheaper. Example is the price of cocoa seed. I will explain later. Because there is in this workshop, I also introduce a product from House of Antiques Sense Co-op, chocolate, which is produced by Ibu Tuti, and it showed that in Indonesia, the chocolate that was bought to export is very low. So we have seen before that women also work in the rural area in agriculture, and they got a lower payer for salary, and also their product are bought in very low price. Yes, we continue. So why in this workshop we need to work together as a people of believer, especially Muslim and Christian women. First of all, I like to show or to think about the definition of interfaith. Interfaith is about the relationship between religion is an act of mutual understanding between faith community to perform important acts of faith. In building convention to strengthen business breakthrough, religious belief become determinant to encourage achievement that are returned by surrendering to God, the owner of life. Especially in the time of pandemic, disaster, religious people use the same language in experiencing their surrender to God while continue to try to do their best, flowing out of themselves for the good of many people around them. This is why we always in Indonesia, when we start our activity, we bring together our hope, our plan in pray in the mighty God. In the discussion about Islam and Christian belief, religion become guide for walking without fear, and it's become a moral order for everyone to hold that, to help for moving on. Yes, continue back. Poverty is the struggle without fear experienced by humankind to overcome living with a condition characterized by several desperation of basic human needs, including food, safe drinking water, sanitation facility, health, shelter, and education. When asked why women are poor, there are some factors that need to be considered as we see whether they have a basic need relating with food, safe drinking water, sanitation facility, health, shelter, and education. I always wonder, does God want women to become poor? When women learn religious teaching to be able to advocate for the truth that give equal right to women and men, other questions can be asked. Suppose that God wants a poor woman? This question encourages women to take the path that is considered to move on to make them poor. Why? Is it because I don't have education, or because other factor? But women have education, educate themselves. Women organize, women writing, but why still poor? So therefore we have to look on big picture. Poverty is a part of market system, which means that people who are already poor cannot get out from poverty. Poverty become a deep poverty. Yeah. So that is the concentration that now for me in the celebration of International Women's Day, that concentration of poverty is a part of market system need to be discussed truly, that bring other religious group to work together in the discussion. So in Indonesia, we are glad that we have such a very important relation, Muslim-Christian understanding, because in 2019, there was a book published that was from translation, Muslim and Christian Understanding, edited by Walnut L. Anari and David Lenan, that was translated in Indonesian, and in Indonesia title is Kata Bersama Antara Muslim and Christian. And for the Indonesian version of translation, this book added several people, Indonesian leader, intellectual, and also religious leader from Muslim and Christian. And the green one is the Indonesian version. And this become foundation for the partnership among Indonesian women. Why? Because I will explain, this is one of the product that also include me to work with another sister, an intellectual woman who wrote together with me a chapter about woman and transformation in tradition, religious tradition. And the book actually showed the invitation from Muslim to Christian internationally for working together because of belief in love to God and love to neighbor. And love to God and love to neighbor, kata in Arabic, kata bersama relate with the love, the word, common word that God has given for us to understand the love that given by God to all people in the world. Yeah. So this is the chapter that show text article written from Muslim and Christian around the world, but also there is Indonesian intellectual, religious people, leader wrote together. And in the blog read that is the article that Siti Rouhani and me wrote together as a dialogue between Muslim and Christian. The title is Perempuan dan Transformasi dalam Tradisi Agama, Woman and Transformation and Transformation and Religious Tradition. Yeah. And we also do the follow-up of book discussion about common word and is relevant in the national development and traits of people nationality. And we discuss about the relevancy of that book to our national development. And it was held at Duta Wacana Christian University. Yeah. Yeah, and then we say youth out because it's a part of Indonesian tradition. In 28th of October 1928, there was a youth out, and we repeated according to the need of Indonesian people to come together for bringing back our commitment for love is order and love to our country. Yeah. So I like to show a political map of Indonesia, so you understand how big is it, our country, Indonesia. And Ibu Sainora from Aceh, and she is on the very left, on the top of the eighth of that is the Aceh. And we are now in Jogja, here in Jogja, and we have a friend, Ibu Yani, from the city close to Jogja, Solo. Yeah, and our member also here in Sulawesi, Tentena, South Sulawesi. Yeah, maybe Mabuji can put here, South Sulawesi. Yeah. And we have a member also in co-op in Papua, yeah, in Wamena, yeah. So we hope that with this technology, we can create a more member around Indonesia and bringing people together for studying together and working in making change in economic structure of market and give access for people to present the product internationally, and it impact to the process of impact to the process of building the solidarity and building the good quality of the product to everybody. Okay. So this is the spread of population in Indonesia, and you see that Java contain about 50% of Indonesian population. So it's very dense. Java, this is the city where the capital of Indonesia, Jakarta is, and Yogyakarta where we live. Yeah. And Indonesian content of different ethnic group, and there's a Sundais, Malaysia, Malay, Maduranese, Batak, Minangkabau, Betawi, Banten, Balinese, Makassarese, but 40% of the population within the 30 distinct ethnic group actually live in Java, and so this is many ethnic group also come to Java and live together with Javanese people, like for example in Yogyakarta. Yeah. So Indonesia demographic now is about 87% Indonesian declared as a Muslim, and Christian about 90.87%, and Hindus about 1.69%, and Buddhists about 0.72%, and all the practice of faith is about 0.56%. All the practice of faith is related with practice of ancestral practice, but it's considered as a part of Indonesian religion, so it can be seen in the Indonesian ID card as a part of religion. So it's like a religion related with what is it, kejawen. This is the Javanese mysticism practice. Is also written in the identity card as equal as religion, like Abrahamic religion and other religion. Yeah. So in Indonesia, we can live together as a people in the faith community because we have ideology called Indonesian ideology Pancasila. And Pancasila mean Panca mean 5 and Sila mean principle. And the first principle is believe in the one and only God. And the second is just and civilized humanity. The third is unity of Indonesia. The fourth is democracy led by wisdom in representative deliberation. The fifth is social justice for all Indonesia. So that is the 5 principles of Pancasila that guide we for live together as a nation. Yeah. So now we enter to the next topic that I like to connect that with is practicing sustainable development goal among women entrepreneurs. As we already showed before that poverty related with market system. That's why in the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal that was launched in 2015, there are 17 goals that are going to be evaluated in 2030. And we should know what is the goal. The first one is no poverty. But how we can work with no poverty if there is poverty that underlying in the economic system? So as we already see that women got low pay, but also the product of women are bought cheaper. So there is a system that not only about the education that relate with a person achieve something, but also the system that external that push the person to go deeper in the poverty situation. The second is zero hunger. The second goal is zero hunger. So we hope that people in America is very good for feed homeless, no hunger at all, because food is available everywhere. In Indonesia too, we don't have a winter, therefore we can eat everything. And good health and well-being. And the third, and then quality education, gender equality, number 5, clean water and sanitation. The 7 is what is it? Number 7. Clean energy. Yeah, clean energy, affordable and clean energy. The 8 is fair work and economic growth. The 9 is industry, innovation and infrastructure. The 10 is reducing economic inequality. 11 is sustainability, city and community. 12, responsible consumption and production. 13, climate action. 14, life underwater. 15 is life on the ground. 16, peace and strong institution. 7 is partnership to achieve goal. So in these 7, I only want to talk on first one, which has connection with all other stuff. This is about poverty. Yeah. So to practice woman entrepreneur in sustainable development goal, I think we cannot talk poverty, which is part of how sustainable development goal can be achieved and be evaluated in 2030 without 10 value of fair trade. These are opportunity for disadvantaged producer, transparency and accountability, fair trade practices, fair payment, no child labor, no forced labor, no discrimination, gender equality, freedom of association, good working condition, capacity building, promote fair trade, respect for the environment. There are the 10 of the principle of fair trade that can help women entrepreneur as a subject to move on from poverty to better life. Yeah. So what's very interesting that I like to take example of a poverty related with crop, which is especially in chocolate. In my study recently, I have seen that International Cocoa Organization headquartered in London, England, as our government put into their website, show that there are 23 countries member of International Cocoa Organization, and 23 countries, and only 2 of the country relate with Asia, which is Malaysia and Papua New Guinea. So they are producer of chocolate, and customer country are Germany, Netherlands, France, United Kingdom, Belgium, Luxembourg, Italy, Spain, Czech Republic, Danish, Ireland, Hungary, Finland, Greece, Norway, Slovak Republic, Egypt, Portugal. So Indonesia is the largest coconut producer in the world after 2 African countries, namely Cameroon and Nigeria. And in this membership of ICO, Indonesia is not part of the membership. So I wonder why. Next. So if Indonesia is number 3 of the producer in the world for cacao, that means that the network cacao farmer in Indonesia has been developed well, but they are not prosperous. Why? They're still poor. Because of the purchase price, cacao from farmer on the market is only 15,000 rupiah per kilogram, or about a little more of $1. This should be counted based on the amount of production cost for a year, namely about $1,060 or 15,860,000 rupiah for one process production a year. So if we compare with the basic price sale of chocolate, the cost for buying the chocolate supposed to be 20,000 rupiah, 229, instead of 15,000 rupiah, or about $1.5. So it's still cheaper for $1. So advocacy for cocoa farmer therefore must be carried out simultaneously with product processing for chocolate food for the purpose of exporting finished ingredient in order to increase their selling value. Cooperate house of authentic sense customer preparing to export chocolate bar from its member product cooperate directly with farmer. So what is very amazed when I interview Ibu Tuti, asked her, how much did you pay for chocolate buy from farmer? And she said, I pay each gram 37,000 rupiah. So she paid higher than the calculation price given by Association of Farmer, Cocoa Farmer, which is 21,229 per kilo. So I appreciate her. Her chocolate is very delicious, and she pay higher price for the farmer. Thank you, Bu Tuti. Terima kasih. Membayar besar kepada petani, padahal di Indonesia pada umumnya petani coklat dibayar sangat rendah, hanya 15.000 per kilogram, dan Ibu membayar 37 sampai 45.000 rupiah. Luar biasa. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Bu Parsi. Ini juga dalam rangka memberi motivasi petani untuk merawat tanamannya kembali.
Ya, nah kami akan bertanya lebih lanjut karena ini menarik ya, ada perubahan besar ya. Dan mungkin dari kerja di Jogja kita bisa melakukan revolusi dalam menetapkan harga coklat secara nasional. I'm telling her that through this work, we hope that we can change the price of national cacao because it's too low. It cannot make a farmer cacao to live in Indonesia. Yeah, and then next. So about 2 weeks ago, we have an evaluation for fair product, and from the 15 item of we send the sample to churches for evaluating the product. The top of the evaluation that came with high rank in the 3 category, the taste, appearances, and likelihood to buy was chocolate, all category. So it seemed like a woman fall in love with chocolate everywhere. But what I like to show here that the irony of the price of the chocolate cacao seed that we bought directly from farmer, very low price comparing to the processing chocolate that become very more expensive. So this is the evaluation that we already done 2 weeks ago. Yeah. It show all the green is show about, you know, the this is the green tea, chocolate with green tea is still not good, but for example because people wonder about what is the taste of chocolate within the green tea. If the green tea chocolate mean where is the chocolate or not? So that is the question. Yeah, that's why the graphic is lower. But dark chocolate got a high rank for all three evaluation. Yeah. Next, Mbak. Yeah, this is a coffee bar, still dark chocolate. Yeah. Oh, this is coffee. Yeah. And this is dark chocolate. Yeah. Coffee, dark chocolate. They all got a good good evaluation. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Now, another research that I also found after studying about international market, that United Nations Conference on Trade and Development as a part of working apparatus from United Nations actually issue what's called non-traffic measurer. And what is non-traffic measurer? It's about a product measurement that are not measurable in form of money, but is required to exist as evidence of agreement of food safety and security from each country. So it say that evidence of food safety agreement is visible on the product label produced by the manufacturer, and which the buyer has the right to know before they to buy it. So in Indonesia, the agreement will be customized by public register first at the district city level of health. The maker register will receive a call to attend the training. Yeah. And the training will always happen 7 days. And then they will be sent back to home, and the officer will come and test what the knowledge that has been applied, including the hygiene of the water and the environment around that. Yeah. So my point when I look on this regulation from United Nations Trade Committee, I like to show that actually a label of the product might be the place for meeting point between buyer and customer. And this is maybe Indonesian woman and American woman and older women around the world can work together because of the label, because label contain the practice, label contain the story behind how women achieve the recognition of the product. That product is not only safe to the public, to the buyer, but also to her family, her people around it. Quality of food that is safe for family, and therefore when we work on this quality of product, actually is related with quality of her family and her community as well. Yeah. Yeah. And so I like to show directly to the next slide about the label, Mbak Puji. Yeah, and this is the chocolate label. And can you make bigger to zoom to see what's content inside? And yeah, so this is nutrition fact that require to be written as stated by United Nations. So the agreement that all the country has to provide in the label is that nutrition fact that show all the things that are included in the product and the story that you want to put inside. But what's very interesting for me to understand that this nutrition fact actually show also how the community producer, this is related with women who produce with her community, can be elevated their life, the food, what is it, the clean water, the house, the salary, and the product, the crop product that we bought also in the very, very fair price. So the nutrition fact is not only about the nutrition fact itself, actually, but it's about the process, the whole process behind all the process of production that we have to support that. Yeah, and I hope Sister Sandy would like to work a little bit on this, because I'm so happy that you are so very interested in working with this idea. Yeah. And then, Mbak Puji, do you have another sample? Yeah. And this is old label, nutrition fact, old label. And then there is a new label here. In Indonesia, we don't use the T like this. We just put the PRT, which is the permission, food permission from the health department. And there's a seri number here that we have to include that. But according to United Nations, this is what we have to declare: new label and old label. What's happened with this labeling, it also can help the buyer to consider the other factor beside about the food itself, like environment. And there will be also a cost for thinking about, how to work with environment, to do environment protection, conservation, planting more tree that affected to what used in this process of production. Yeah. Next, Mbak Puji. This is an example of yellow tea label. When in the left side, you see there is a cross that's come from health department, and they cross because they want to make sure that in Indonesia when it's sell, there is no word in English. So netto is English word has to be transformed in Indonesia. And there is a registration number that has to be included. Yeah. So you can see all the information around here. Yeah. Conclusion. Women internationally can facilitate a movement to ensure that the cost price for buying agricultural crop are paid fairly. Second, internationally label of product contain the safety statement for both sides, the producer and the buyer. Third, interfaith women can work together to ensure the application of fair trade to be applied within all products as a part of sustainable development process. So that is my my thought in this workshop that I like to share for everybody. And I like to hear from you what you think about this topic. And please, this is the time for question and answer, and it's open for you to share to everybody. Thank you. Apakah ada yang mau menanggapi?
Farsijana?
Yes.
You talked about women coming together. So, for instance, with the chocolate, that there was these products and that women could come together to create a market. What's your plan for how to do that?
Okay, women coming together for the market. Okay, this is my, I have to do more research on this, but I thought that this is huge business on chocolate. It's a huge market for chocolate, but doesn't benefit for the farmer around the world. And therefore, what we can do is that more study will be done again. First of all, I have to do more study, and I think maybe God wants me to stay in the state for doing more study about that issue, because what I mean with more studies that I have to do some interview about how where is the hope of chocolate around the world. I know hoop of chocolate in Amsterdam. I don't know hoop of chocolate in US. Where is it? Because it's very important we understand that. And then I will connect to United Nations to bring this understanding, and I will write article about what I found it, and then working with a group of women around the world to present what they're finding, how they find of the price of the chocolate that they produce, So there is a several level that we can work on that. But first of all, we have to start from Indonesia, because as what I have found, Indonesia is the third largest chocolate producer in the world, after Cameroon and Nigeria. And it's not it's not included yet in the Cacao International Association. Why? I don't know why. So I have to find out from my government why, obviously. But I'm so happy in the fact of a cacao farmer in Indonesia, cacao farmer complain about the price that they got, only 15,000 rupiah. The woman, Ibu Tuti, our member, pay 37,000 to 45,000 rupiah for 1 kilogram of chocolate, which is very different from the price chocolate in nationally now in Indonesia. So we wonder, she could be a leader for starting something very, very new. I wonder
where is her market? How does she find a market? She pays that and then she sells it. Where does she sell it to?
Okay, we asked her directly. Ibu Tuti, boleh menjelaskan kepada saya, ada pertanyaan dari Ibu Louis. Ibu Tuti membeli coklat dengan harga 37.000 sampai 45.000 rupiah. Kemudian Ibu menjual coklatnya di mana pasar Ibu?
Iya, terima kasih Bu Farsi, dan pertanyaan dari Bu Louis ya. Jadi mengingat kondisi kakao di Indonesia, kebetulan di Kabupaten Kulon Progo itu semakin lama, sejak 30 tahun yang lalu ditanam, itu kondisi hasil panennya semakin menurun, baik dari kualitas dan kuantitasnya. Dan ketika Wondis hadir sebagai produsen coklat yang berusaha untuk menjadi produsen coklat lokal yang baik, kami juga harus memikirkan bahan bakunya. Nah, untuk menuntut kualitas yang sesuai Wondis butuhkan, mau tidak mau, kami harus memberi motivasi ke petani. Dengan cara, salah satunya, penghargaan terhadap harga, di mana harga itu saya rasa sesuai dengan kerja keras mereka. Karena kami menuntut diantaranya harus biji kering fermentasi dan beberapa standar mutu yang Wondis butuhkan. Terlebih lagi, untuk mencapai kualitas tersebut, kami juga mendampingi para petani dari proses penanaman, perawatan tanaman sampai pasca panen menjadi biji kering fermentasi. Sehingga yang kami terima dari petani itu dalam bentuk biji kering fermentasi yang kemudian kami olah menjadi berbagai macam olahan.
Okay, I explain a little bit first, ya. So she said that, tapi Ibu belum menjawab pertanyaan saya, di mana Ibu menjual coklatnya?
Oh iya, kami berusaha menjadi produsen coklat dengan standar yang karena bahan bakunya kami juga memakai kualitas yang menurut kami sudah cukup bagus, sehingga pangsa pasar kami memang menengah ke atas. Menengah ke atas, di mana harapannya menengah ke atas itu para konsumen yang sudah memahami manfaat-manfaat coklat terhadap tubuh. Sedangkan di Indonesia, daya konsumsi coklatnya masih sangat rendah. Oleh karena itu kami masih melakukan proses edukasi. Pasar kami pasarkan secara online dan offline. Kalau offline, harapannya ketika kita membuat kedai produk Wondis di rumah produksi kami sendiri, konsumen bisa melihat proses produksinya, termasuk bahan bakunya atau bahkan ketemu langsung dengan para petani. Untuk yang online, ya online baik dari media sosial maupun online shop.
Yeah. So she said that before she started the chocolate processing chocolate, it's about kapan Ibu memulai proses coklat 5 tahun lalu ya?
Sejak 2017 mengolah kakao. Kalau untuk produksi coklatnya sejak 2014.
Okay. So for chocolate, processing chocolate started in 2014, and for the working with farmer started in 2017. And so before that, she has to work hard with farmer because the quality of chocolate were not good. The chocolate become less quality and started to be disappear in this this agriculture around agriculture area around where she is living in Kulon Progo in Yogyakarta. So she has to divide farmer into group and help them to work directly from different level, started from planting, harvest, and then fermentation. Fermented the seed, the cacao seed, because as a person who doing the process of chocolate, they wanted to get fermented cacao. So with this level, what is it? The state of processing food, she think that 37 rupiah to 45,000 rupiah is a fair price for farmer. So maybe 15,000 rupiah per kilogram is cacao with no fermented yet. You know, they only sell the cacao. They only buy the cacao that harvested directly without fermented. So, but for the cacao with fermented seed, the cost will be 37 to 45,000 rupiah. And where she sell? She sell through a co-op. She sell through online. And the quality of chocolate as a seed is good, and she thinks that people trust the quality, and the target of selling will be middle class Indonesian to upper class Indonesian. So that is her explanation, Sister Louise. Any question?
Farsijana?
Yes.
I was at the workshop you did 2 weeks ago, I guess. And I was very impressed that you had sent products to various churches to have them review the products, to give them feedback.
Yes.
And one of the questions I had, have you, with those churches or other groups that you know, have you done a questionnaire with them to start with? What would you buy? I purchase things from a National Geographic website called Nova. I just recently purchased some scarves, beautiful scarves from around the world, including one from Indonesia, and a sundress from Indonesia. It was batik. And I was sort of curious because I know the kinds of things that I buy, you know, might be clothing, might be food products, but I probably don't need a lot of houseware things, or placemats, things that you have to replace. So my question was whether it would be helpful to have that kind of input for you in terms of what would be really interesting for people from our you know, what we normally buy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sister Mary. That general question, that kind of survey, I haven't done yet. The question related with what people would like to buy was only related with the product that was sent. Mean that when they got the product, they taste and they consider the packaging, and they what is the response? Is it you know, whether is it okay for them to buy or not? So, but a survey, market survey, in general, I haven't done that because yeah, I haven't done yet. But I think I consider your suggestion, and yeah, maybe I will do that as a part of my report to people who attend the 2 weeks last 2 weeks seminar on that.
You know, I would be glad to send something like that out to my Presbyterian women group to say, you know, we some of them have met you, heard you, you know, and she's just interested in some input on what would help them develop their products.
That's good.
And I can tell you personally, I really like cocoa, you know, like when I make hot chocolate, so powdered cocoa.
Yeah, right. Yeah, cocoa is, you know, everybody like it. But, you know, like I was very shocked when I started to find all the information on the ground about, you know, what is the gap between the chocolate as a value of chocolate, selling chocolate with the price of chocolate gotten by the farmer was very low. So that is the gap, you know, that I wondered why there is such a gap, you know. And is this what we talking about poverty, how the poverty relate with this kind of structural market that we all don't know yet, but that is what I have to continue my curiosity for understanding the huge. This is like thousands of years of network, right? Chocolate has been part of thousands of years of system that build the empire of chocolate all over, which is very different, and left the producer on the, you know, on the level of very deep poverty. Even their producer, which is the empire, has been benefit from this process for a long, long time. And I just, it just opened my mind when I started to understand more. And I think this is International Women's Day. Maybe it's a good to remind us about, you know, how we solve this poverty, which is a different layer of one. This is only one subject of agricultural crop that that doesn't benefit for the producer, but it transform in the different level, and it's has created an empire for this process of you know, producer. So yeah, so thank you, sister. I will provide that questionnaire for you as a follow-up from these International Women's Days. But I would like to share my concern of how, as a woman in interfaith religion, we bring this consideration of marketplace into this process of reflecting how justice relate with poverty, you know, because we cannot only solve the poverty by the product itself, because when we buy, it might be benefit for different level of people, not the people on the ground. So we have to break down in several states of how we can work together. As a Sister Louise question, how we organize, how do you think to organize this process, putting into network, and in what kind of situation we can work together internationally? I think this is the time, just started from now. And I believe with this moment, we started to think, and we concentrate on this. With the grace of God, the vision will come and research will be done little by little to find out. And what's very amazed for me, that all the information available at United Nations body, you know, like information about label, information all there, including how to achieve these 17 sustainable development goal, you know. And so this is like United Nations is the office for moral achievement of development, is a part of the also the dream and the vision of all the religion, you know, put together to achieve, to make a difference in this world, and to present the love of the love to the neighbor, and how we can do that with that. So anybody want to share that? But that is my, I'm so happy, but because today I have opportunity to share this international concern. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you have to wrap up soon, but I would like to say that I'm very happy to see that the co-op is looking at the bigger picture, or the full picture. And so in this situation with the cocoa farmer, I think it's very good to be able to look at what is sustainable for them, and then all the way up the you know, market chain. So I commend you for doing that with your chocolate, and I've tasted your chocolate, it's quite good. And I think there's quite a still quite a bit of market, what you call it, latitude or capacity for chocolate, because everyone loves chocolate. And I think that high-end chocolate bars, it's surprising how much people will pay. So I guess the question would be, when you pay the farmers, you know, 2 or 3 times what they would normally get, are you getting good value for that? You know, are they just saying, oh, this woman doesn't know how to negotiate, so she's willing to pay more and we can, you know, quote, cheat her? Or are you able to kind of like push them, they will give you better quality? Because I know like our church has done something with coffee. And it's the same thing, is that the quality of the coffee was not as high, therefore they couldn't get a better price. But if you just help them to develop higher quality, then they can get a better price. So I think that what the sister is doing and trying to raise their value and their price and give them something to aspire to is good, better quality. And then she's able to kind of work it down the line to produce a better end product, which I think on the other end, that people are willing to pay more for better quality as you know, as the world kind of rises in its desire for better things. So this is a long conversation, but I'm glad to see this good holistic view from the co-op.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. What your observation, actually, what she has done is she, you know, she has a category. She make a category of a different level of product, cacao product produced by the farmer. Through her education to the farmer, they got the idea and they got the practice. And the value of pay for the farmer from 37,000 to 45 also relate with the quality of what the seed that cacao seed that they brought to her. So this is, she has what is the indication for each of that level. And so I think she is a guru, she is the teacher for farmer. So, and it's very interesting that with this trust of the quality and people, and she actually told that I haven't told you about the knowledge of health to chocolate, the health nutrition fact of cacao for human body. And that is when people get education, they understand that chocolate has a health you know, component in that, and the farmer work is to help the health component within the chocolate to be achieved, you know, to be achieved in the process of production. And this is what she helped them to achieve that. And with this process, she trusts the customer are looking for this product with this kind of quality. So I think a very good practice, you know, that she has applied in the farmer. So when for the labeling, we can include this process, the story of the change. We can include it in that label. So in order to increase the value of the product itself. But at the same time, we still work with, you know, with the price for the crop itself, that fair price for the farmer, that not only pay by her, but supposed to pay by big what's called big collector or big buyer for crop of the chocolate. So thank you so much for your comment on that, Sister Marta. How about Sister Sandy? Sister Sandy, you want to talk something about the label?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's late here on the East Coast, and my brain is falling asleep. But I think it's a good idea to tell the story on a little bit of the story on the label, and also to have picture of the women who are producing it also, because I think people like to connect with real people. That it's important to see pictures of real people, I think.
Yeah.
But
Right, yeah. So thank you so much. Ibu Tuti, ini menarik karena Ibu Sandy mengusulkan waktu Ibu bekerja dengan petani coklat, apakah Ibu juga bekerja dengan perempuan petani?
Iya, jadi penyedia bahan baku untuk kebutuhan produksi Wondis, kita kerjasama dengan kelompok tani kakao, di mana anggotanya juga sebagian para perempuan yang ada di wilayah tersebut. Itu untuk bahan bakunya. Sedang untuk proses produksinya, kami melakukannya khusus untuk kelompok wanita tani, tenaga kerjanya. Jadi malah perempuan semuanya untuk produksi.
Okay. Yeah. So actually what you say, Sister Sandy, was right, because she actually worked with most of our women for the industrial production, food production of the cacao. They are women farmer of cacao. So yeah, so that is what we can follow up. We can continue with some of the picture that we can included women into the narration of the packaging as well. Yeah. So I think maybe is there a question from Ibu Yani? Ibu Yani? Ibu Yani, are you still there?
Ibu Yani sudah pamit, Ibu. Mungkin dari Ibu Eva mau bertanya?
Oh ya, Ibu Eva, oke. Atau Ibu Rorita? Ibu Rorita, apakah ada pertanyaan? Ibu Eva, do you have a question? Oke, kalau tidak ada, we would like to watch some interview.
Ada Ibu, sebentar.
Ada?
Bu Farsijana.
Yeah. Please.
Yes, this is Eva. Before I thank you very much for the time, and thank you so much for lifting us up and empowering us so we can join the school businesses with Kriya Jati Rasa. I want to ask something like this. After the samples were distributed to around America yesterday, last week I mean, we understood that Tupperware was still hard to live in this pandemic. Were there any other ideas we could do besides making Tupperware so that our cash flow increase at least to cover daily needs or basic needs and pay debts as our basic obligation as human? Because we also don't want to be a burden to Kriya Jati Rasa. Please follow the guidance while our place is not suitable for chocolate.
Yeah. So what is your Ibu Eva, thank you for your question. And you produce what's called wooden craft, right? You make a wooden craft like what mug, tea mug and plate, and so in pandemic, you do you how do you say? How is do you get the many order?
In this pandemic, we are really static. I mean, there is no order. If any order, there is no down payment, so we can run fast or we can product it as fast as possible.
Yeah. So what I can suggest that as we have done also with Pasuko, he has to think about different.
We have been produced dry and then plate, and then yesterday we also
Excuse me. Oh, she is in Gunung Kidul, which is quite far, and maybe there is a problem of signal, bad signal. Okay, I will follow up with you, Ibu, by you know, yourself. Maybe this time we can. I like to watch interview with some people on the video for the closing, so we can see. You know, what they expect, and there are 6 questions in the video relate with their business, and also with their work with Interfaith among the religious member in the group. For example, in the chocolate, there is a Muslim and Christian, how they work together on that. And also what they expect of this process of production for large society beside their family. So, Mbak Puji, would you like to start with the video?
Halo, saya Dwi Matuti Rahayu. Saya seorang ibu rumah tangga dengan status saat ini single parent dengan 2 putra, dan saya tinggal di Dusun Salamala, Desa Banjarharjo, Kecamatan Kalibawang, Kabupaten Kulon Progo, Yogyakarta. Saya punya usaha sejak tahun 2013, diawali dengan adanya melihat potensi pangan yang melimpah dan dianggap sebelah mata, yakni pegagan. Kemudian saya budidaya, saya lestarikan, edukasi, dan akhirnya mengajak masyarakat, khususnya ibu-ibu di wilayah satu dusun. Kemudian kami membentuk kelompok yang bernama Kelompok Wanita Tani Pawon Gendis. Kita mempunyai 3 tujuan, yakni kelompok sebagai wahana belajar, wahana kerjasama, dan unit usaha. Melalui gerakan tersebut, akhirnya kita menghasilkan berbagai macam olahan pangan lokal, khususnya pegagan yang menghasilkan berbagai macam olahan seperti peyek pegagan, minuman serbuk pegagan, dawet pegagan, lotek pegagan, es krim pegagan, dan masih banyak lagi karena kita aplikasikan ke dalam menu-menu catering yang kami miliki juga. Kemudian kami juga mempunyai produk unggulan sampai saat ini menjadi produk bestseller kami, yakni coklat pegagan. Coklat unik perpaduan antara coklat dan tanaman pegagan yang kaya manfaat dengan sensasi krenyes. Seiring waktu, akhirnya pegagan semakin booming dan nilai jual bagan semakin meningkat, sehingga gerakan kami, yakni pada waktu itu kita beri nama reketekisasi, yaitu wajib menanam bagagan atau reketek, nama istilah daerah di wilayah kami, minimal di polybag. Dan akhirnya diburu oleh masyarakat sekitar, sehingga saat ini bagagan sudah banyak orang yang mulai budidaya bahkan sampai mengolahnya. Dan kemudian coklat bagagan semakin dikenal masyarakat luas. Akhirnya kami mendapat dukungan dari pemerintah setempat melalui Dinas Pertanian dan Pangan Kabupaten Kulon Progo, yakni untuk bisa mengolah kakao lokal hasil panen dari petani Pegunungan Menoreh, Kulon Progo. Akhirnya sejak tahun 2017 kami mampu mengolah kakao menjadi produk coklat, coklat menjadi permen coklat, minuman bercoklat, dan camilan coklat, yang salah satunya produk bestseller kami yaitu coklat bagagan tersebut. Nah, pemberdayaan masyarakat tidak hanya di kelompok wanita tani juga, akhirnya kita juga merambah sampai ke kelompok tani kakao, sehingga saat ini kami sudah bekerja sama dengan kelompok tani kakao di wilayah sekitarnya. Kami sebagai pelaku olahan kakao menjadi coklat, tantangan terbesar kami lebih ke edukasi masyarakat, karena daya konsumsi masyarakat Indonesia saat ini masih sangat terhendak. Sehingga berbagai macam upaya sudah kami lakukan. Sebagai langkah kecil kami, tentunya kami masih sangat membutuhkan dukungan dari pihak lain. Yakni upaya kecil kami diantaranya, kami terus melakukan edukasi, sehingga kami juga menciptakan wisata edukasi dari hulu sampai hilir. Terlebih karena rumah produksi kami juga berada di wilayah perkebunan kakao itu berada, sehingga siapapun yang datang ke tempat kami, baik konsumen maupun wisatawan, bisa melihat langsung proses produksi. Kemudian untuk meningkatkan daya konsumsi coklat pula, kami juga membuka kedai coklat Mondis yang belum lama kami buka, diresmikan langsung oleh Bapak Bupati Kulon Progo, Pak Sutito. Ini juga salah satu upaya kami untuk mengedukasi coklat terkait dengan cara mengkonsumsinya, karena kami juga aplikasikan coklat-coklat ke dalam menu-menu kedai kami.
Thank you.
Saya adalah salah satu anggota Koperasi Konsumen Kria Jatirasa sejak tahun 2020. Selain itu, saya juga punya kelompok wanita tani yang bernama Pawon Kides. Kebetulan saya sendiri sebagai ketua, dan wilayah kami hanya di wilayah satu dusun, yaitu Dusun Salamalang, Desa Banjarajo, Kecamatan Kalibawang, Kabupaten Kulon Progo, Yogyakarta. Saat ini anggota kami ada 40 orang, dan latar belakang berbagai macam perbedaan seperti agama dan status. Dengan perbedaan itu, kami masih tetap bisa saling menghormati dan saling toleransi. Dalam kehidupan sehari-hari, saya tinggal bersama kedua putra saya dan orang tua saya, tetapi saya berusaha untuk bisa berbagi peran tanpa membedakan gender, sehingga walaupun anak saya laki-laki tetap harus bisa melakukan tugas yang biasa dilakukan oleh para perempuan. Dari usaha yang saya miliki, saat ini saya sudah mampu untuk ikut berkontribusi kepada negara dengan cara membayar pajak tepat waktu. Sehingga saya merasa senang dan bangga sudah turut serta ikut berperan untuk pembangunan bangsa dan negara Indonesia. Adanya upaya Koperasi Konsumen Kria Jatirasa untuk mengekspor produk lokal Indonesia, termasuk produk kami, yakni coklat Mondis, kami siap untuk mempersiapkan segala sesuatunya sehingga kuantitasnya juga semakin membaik. Dengan cara memperbaiki mutu produk untuk menjawab hasil evaluasi dari para konsumen Koperasi Konsumen Kria Jatirasa yang ada di Amerika. Dengan upaya-upaya tersebut, saya sangat berharap mampu pula meningkatkan kesejahteraan dan peningkatan perekonomian baik untuk keluarga saya sendiri maupun masyarakat sekitar seperti kelompok wanita tani dan kelompok tani kakao yang saya koordinir. Pada masa pandemi COVID-19 seperti saat ini, kami juga terdampak seperti turunnya omset penjualan kami yang tentunya pula menurunnya pendapatan untuk kehidupan kami sehari-hari. kami berusaha keras untuk mencari solusi, seperti kami merubah cara penjualan kami, di mana dulu kami lebih mengutamakan penjualan secara difusi, kami ketemu langsung dengan konsumen, banyaknya tamu yang datang ke tempat kami, tetapi kami rubah menjadi pemasaran secara online. Sebagai anggota Koperasi Konsumen Gereja Jatirasa, untuk mengatasi masa pandemi seperti ini, kami juga banyak sekali mendapatkan dukungan, pembinaan, pendampingan, dan pemasaran. Contohnya kemarin beberapa waktu yang lalu kami juga produknya dibeli dan dipasarkan di Amerika. Modis adalah salah satu unit usaha yang ada di kelompok wanita tani Power Titis. Upaya kami utamanya untuk membantu kesejahteraan petani kakao di wilayah Kabupaten Kulon Progo, Yogyakarta, di mana bahan bakunya cukup melimpah tetapi belum ada yang mengolah. Kami mempunyai keunggulan dibanding kompetitor yang lain, seperti yang pertama, kami memproduksi coklat dengan hati melalui pemberdayaan kelompok wanita tani yang bernama Power Titis, didampingi oleh Muslim Kota Jember serta dinas-dinas terkait termasuk Koperasi Gereja Jatirasa. Yang kedua, kami mampu menerima orderan coklat custom dengan desain kemasan sesukamu. Yang ketiga, karena rumah produksi kami berada di wilayah perkebunan kakao itu berada, sehingga kami mampu pula mengedukasi dari hulu sampai hilir. Dengan membeli produk kami, berarti turut serta membantu perekonomian petani dalam mewujudkan kemandirian pangan dan meningkatkan taraf kesehatan masyarakat Indonesia. Dari kakao lokal untuk swasembada dan kemandirian pangan nasional. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Mbak Puji. Bisa diteruskan aja dengan Ibu Irena?
Selamat siang. Perkenalkan saya Ibu Irene Juliana. Saya saat ini tinggal di Yogyakarta, tepatnya di daerah Prambanan. Saya single parents dengan 2 orang putra putri. Kebetulan mereka semua sudah lulus dan bekerja. Karena situasi dan kondisi, saya juga sudah nggak ada kesibukan. Salah satu teman saya, kebetulan pendiri dari PT Solar Permata Indonesia yang memfasilitasi para difabel di belakang saya ini, meminta saya untuk bergabung dengan mereka untuk mendampingi para difabel, teman-teman kami yang di belakang. Pada awalnya memang agak takut-takut juga, karena kan mereka ini kan ada perlakuan khusus untuk mereka, karena situasi dan kondisi mereka masing-masing itu berbeda. Tapi setelah saya terjun langsung dengan mereka, ya seneng dalam artian bisa berbagi, bisa mendengarkan keluh kesah mereka, dan menjadi satu menjadikan kita, terutama saya, itu lebih bersemangat untuk berbagi dan terutama mendampingi mereka kemanapun mereka butuh. Misalnya kalau kita ada pameran, pasti saya mendampingi mereka. Salah satu dari teman saya itu kebetulan mengajar di Yakum. Nah, di Yakum itu beberapa dari teman-teman ini mereka ikut pelatihan. Tapi setelah ikut pelatihan beberapa bulan, ternyata setelah selesai pelatihan itu nggak ada kelanjutannya. Mereka harus bagaimana, bekerja di mana, terus hasil karya mereka harus dijual di mana, itu buntu, tidak ada jalan keluarnya. Nah, jadi waktu itu teman saya kenapa ya kita nggak coba untuk memfasilitasi teman-teman ini agar mereka itu bisa betul-betul juga bisa bermanfaat untuk diri mereka, bisa bermanfaat untuk keluarga mereka. Jadi pada awalnya April 2016 berdirilah PT Sola Permata Indonesia yang menjadi fasilitator dari teman-teman difabel di belakang. Memang untuk memulai awal itu sungguh luar biasa, sulit buat mereka, juga sulit buat kami, karena posisi saat ini kan mereka membatik. Nah, batik itu kan orang selalu melihatnya, wah batik elegan, bagus, apalagi kayak batik tulis. Sedangkan mereka ini kan baru belajar, ada yang dengan posisi tangannya gemetar, harus pegang canting, dan itu kalau kata orang Jawa itu bleber-bleber kemana-mana gitu lah. Itu belajar setiap hari bagaimana cara biar mereka bisa betul-betul sempurna untuk mereka, bukan sempurna buat orang-orang yang normal ya, sempurna untuk mereka. Itu yang kita juga kadang malah melihat amazing ya, mereka kok bisa, mereka bisa seperti itu. Kenapa kita yang ini kadang tidak melihat mereka punya usaha, mereka punya semangat untuk bisa menjadi lebih baik dan lebih baik lagi. Nah itu yang terus akhirnya terdorong kami bertiga PT Sola Permata Indonesia mencoba untuk memfasilitasi karya mereka biar semua orang itu bisa melihat, ini loh karya difabel, ini loh hasil karya mereka yang tidak kalah bagusnya dengan orang-orang yang maksudnya punya semuanya normal. Saya bersyukur bisa bertemu dengan ketua dari Koperasi Kriya Jati Rasa kebetulan tahun lalu 2020, dan saya masuk menjadi salah satu anggota dari Koperasi Kriya Jati Rasa. Nah, di situ banyak sekali kita bertemu dengan orang per orang yang visi dan misi kita itu kan lain ini di sini lain, di sini lain. Nah di situ kita bertemu itu, oh iya ternyata kita bisa dong saling membantu nih. Gimana ya Mbak caranya biar aku bisa lebih ini umpamanya ke online apa gimana. Jadi kita saling berbagi di situ, dan puji Tuhan alhamdulillah selama saya menjadi anggota dari Koperasi Kriya Jati Rasa itu terjalin hubungan yang baik antara pemeluk agama yang satu dengan yang lainnya, itu betul-betul jadi satu. Jadi tidak ada, kita berbeda tapi bisa bergabung, bisa menjadi satu kesatuannya untuk bisa menjadi lebih baik untuk maju ke depan. Nah, yang saya dapat manfaatnya dari menjadi anggota dari Koperasi Kriya Jati Rasa banyak sekali. Saya bersyukur bisa masuk menjadi anggota karena salah satunya yang pasti dari karya-karya anak bangsa, karya-karya teman-teman kami difabel ini bisa ditonjolkan oleh Koperasi Kriya Jati Rasa ke dunia, ke seluruh dunia, bahwa ini loh kamu punya anggota yang notabene para difabel yang punya karya-karya yang luar biasa. Saya kebetulan kan tadi sudah saya jelaskan kalau saya punya 2 orang anak, saya single parents. Kedua orang anak saya ini tahu persis mamanya itu orangnya apapun dikerjakan, dan mereka melihat saat ini saya bisa mendampingi para difabel, mereka senang sekali dan mendukung saya untuk tetap bisa membantu para difabel. Ya, seperti juga teman-teman difabel, mereka itu ada yang laki-laki, ada yang perempuan, dan mereka tidak ada yang namanya kamu pekerjaan perempuan yang kamu kerjain, Jangan pekerjaan laki-laki kami aja yang laki-laki yang kerjakan. Di sini semua sama. Laki-laki juga ada yang bisa masak. Perempuan juga ada yang bisa cuman ketok palu, pasang paku. Enggak. Mereka harus bisa. Karena kita nggak mungkin kan mengharapkan bantuan orang cuma pasang paku doang, masa kita nggak bisa. Ya belajar. Jadi jangan sampai nanti suatu saat kita tidak ada siapa-siapa, mau nggak makan kita harus bekerja sendiri. Seperti pun dengan para difabel, mereka juga seperti itu. Ada yang bagian pasang gas, yang cowok pasang gas, nanti yang cewek yang masak, nanti gantian lagi, nanti yang cowok nyapu-nyapu, yang cewek yang ngelap-ngelap. Saat ini saya sudah menjadi warga negara Indonesia yang taat pajak. Saya sudah beberapa tahun punya NPWP dan itu setiap tahun sudah dilaporkan, dan mungkin saat ini memang hasilnya masih nol, tapi saya bangga karena saya betul-betul mau menjadi warga negara Indonesia yang taat pajak. Masih banyak orang yang apa sih ya, nggak perlu itulah, tapi saya yakin dengan kita berkontribusi untuk menjadi warga negara yang baik dengan membayar pajak itu sangat luar biasa, bukan untuk kita, buat anak cucu ke depan. Tahun 2018 kebetulan kami mengikuti pameran di Jakarta. Kami teman-teman dari PT Zulok Indonesia berkumpul sama, terus kita iseng-iseng nih, kapan ya kira-kira karya teman-teman difabel ini bisa sampai ke luar negeri. Saya waktu itu pasti bisa lah, tapi kita belum tahu waktunya kapan gitu. Tapi ya itu tadi, kita harus sudah siap-siap, karena saat ini kan karya-karya anak-anak, karya-karya difabel ini kan masih jauh dari yang diharapkan orang-orang yang di luar, istilahnya untuk ekspor. Nah, untuk kita di dalam negeri aja mereka masih karya mereka itu masih bersaing dengan banyak yang bukan difabel juga. Kalau seandainya nanti kami bisa menjadi bagian mengekspor barang-barang, otomatis kami banyak sekali yang harus kami perbaiki, terutama juga dari cara bekerja para difabel, terus juga kualitas barang yang kami harus tuangkan, hasil karya anak-anak itu juga harus kami perhatikan. Tapi yang pasti dari PT Zulok Indonesia dan Difabel Zone berusaha semaksimal mungkin untuk bisa menghasilkan karya yang tidak kalah bagusnya dengan karya-karya yang di luar. Awal-awal masa pandemik memang kami teramat sangat kesulitan dalam artian yang biasa kita ikut pameran, biasa ada orang untuk datang untuk latihan membatik dengan kami, itu sama sekali zero. Jadi itu juga otomatis kami juga kesulitan untuk segala sesuatunya lah, untuk biayanya mereka gitu. Tapi ya puji Tuhan, kami saat ini mencoba untuk memasarkan karya-karya teman-teman itu lewat online. Itu sangat membantu juga. Ada beberapa juga teman-teman yang membantu untuk menjualkan direct jadi mereka bawa terus tawarkan ke orang-orang. Tapi memang pada awalnya teman-teman ini kita bukan pulangkan ya, pulangkan dalam artian karena situasi dan kondisi yang tidak memungkinkan, jadi mereka bekerja dari rumah. Nah itu mereka bekerja dari rumah itu tidak seperti mereka waktu berkumpul bersama. Produktivitas mereka tuh berkurang. Nah kita jadi bingung juga kalau kita kumpulkan seperti apa, kalau mereka bekerja dari rumah itu seperti apa. Jadi buat kami juga balik lagi bagaimana caranya kita harus bisa tetap berjalan ini untuk menghidupi semua. Dan pada akhirnya terus kami memutuskan sudahlah biar mereka berkumpul bersama lagi, biar mereka, mungkin kalau berkumpul bersama kan mereka lebih bisa saling berbagi. Kalau di rumah kan mereka mau bicara apa gitu mungkin masih lewat. Puji Tuhan, beberapa bulan belakangan ini sudah mulai ada hasilnya sedikit demi sedikit, tidak seperti pada awal-awal yang kita mulai lagi merangkak dari bawah. Penjualan online juga sudah agak lumayan. Koperasi Gereja Jatirasa sudah sangat membantu kami, terutama para difabel dengan karya-karya mereka. Karya mereka itu sudah dipasarkan oleh Gereja Jatirasa. Matur sembah nuwun, teman-teman difabel sudah dibantu, dan kami juga ucap syukur dari Koperasi Gereja Jatirasa itu membimbing kami, memberi juga datang mengunjungi untuk melihat oh iya ini kalian seperti ini, harusnya seperti ini. Jadi kami juga dikasih arahan untuk menjadi lebih baik, produknya juga menjadi lebih baik. Ini salah satu karya dari teman-teman di belakang saya. Seperti ini karya mereka, ini batik tulisnya. Ini kebetulan waktu itu pesanan dari Ibu Ginanjar Kartasasmita. Ini salah satu contoh dari karya dari teman-teman kami di belakang. Saya rasa sekian dari saya, dan ini kebetulan saya bareng sama teman-teman difabel. Ini Mbak Yani, mereka saat ini sedang membatik seperti itu Ika, Aryani, Sabar, Rahmat, Slamet, dan Yuni. Ini juga suaminya juga difabel juga. Saat ini bekerja dari rumah. Jadi untuk sementara ya, yang di sini ya sekian orang. Ada yang beberapa di rumah-rumah bekerja. Saya rasa cukup sekian. Terima kasih banyak Koperasi Gereja Jatirasa yang sudah membantu kami, terutama membantu teman-teman difabel untuk bisa menunjukkan kepada dunia, ini loh ada para difabel yang mau berkarya. Ini loh orang-orang Indonesia juga yang mau menunjukkan saya Indonesia, saya mampu untuk menunjukkan ke dunia kalau kami bisa.
Bu Ana, silakan, Pak.
Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Perkenalkan, nama saya Adeney-Risakotta. Saya adalah seorang ibu rumah tangga dengan 2 putra. Saat ini saya bekerja di Koperasi Gereja Jatirasa, dan saya saat ini juga memiliki usaha di bidang kuliner. Saya memulai usaha ini sejak tahun 2016, tetapi sebelumnya saya sudah bekerja di Koperasi Konsumen Gereja Jatirasa. Saya bersama Ibu Farsijana dan teman-teman yang lain merintis koperasi ini, dan sampai saat ini saya menjadi sekretaris Koperasi Konsumen Gereja Jatirasa. Usaha saya ini dimulai tahun 2016. Pada saat itu suami saya jatuh sakit stroke dan anak-anak masih usia sekolah. Saya berpikir keras bagaimana memulai usaha agar bisa menambah penghasilan. Dari situ saya berpikir usaha apa yang bisa saya lakukan di rumah dan mendampingi suami dan anak-anak, tetapi saya tetap bekerja di Koperasi Konsumen Gereja Jatirasa. Nah, saat itu saya memantapkan usaha di bidang jasa kuliner. Karena saya bekerja di Koperasi Konsumen Gereja Jatirasa dari jam 9 sampai jam 4 sore, otomatis waktu saya banyak di koperasi, sehingga kegiatan usaha saya itu dilakukan setelah bekerja. Jadi kesulitan ya hanya membagi waktu, dan tentu saja saya harus membagi waktu dengan tepat. Sejak saya dan teman-teman merintis Koperasi Konsumen Gereja Jatirasa ini, sudah bertemu dengan orang-orang yang berbeda agama, keyakinan, dan status sosial, usaha, dan berbeda latar belakang keluarga. Jadi saya sudah terbiasa dan berkomunikasi dengan baik, bisa bekerja sama dengan baik. Selain mengelola koperasi ini, saya juga salah satu anggota koperasi, dan juga saya juga punya usaha. Jadi saya sangat bersyukur bisa berada di koperasi ini. Saya salah satu anggotanya, dan sering mendapat orderan baik itu catering, makanan ringan dari koperasi, sehingga saya merasakan manfaat bisa menambah penghasilan saya. Selain itu, saya menjadi ketua RT di lingkungan saya, dan otomatis saya melayani seluruh masyarakat di lingkungan saya, baik beragama sama ataupun tidak, dan berbeda-beda latar belakang status sosial, sehingga pada saat itu saya juga belajar bertoleransi dan bekerja sama dengan baik. Saya juga pernah mendampingi seorang tokoh agama yang ditolak di lingkungan saya karena berbeda agama. Tetapi pada saat itu saya bisa mendampingi dan membantu, dan saat ini sudah bisa diterima di lingkungan masyarakat saya, dan sudah tinggal dan mendirikan gereja di lingkungan saya. Semua kegiatan ini saya lakukan, baik itu kegiatan di kantor, kegiatan di bisnis saya, kegiatan di masyarakat. Tentu saja keluarga menjadi prioritas utama. Jadi saya sebelum melakukan kegiatan itu tentu sudah melakukan kegiatan rumah tangga, baik itu menyiapkan makan buat anak-anak dan suami. Dan juga kami selalu bekerja sama, berkomunikasi apa yang bisa dilakukan di keluarga, tidak mengenal itu laki-laki, anak saya laki-laki satu yang gede, atau pekerjaan perempuan, jadi semua dilakukan secara bersama-sama. Saya mendapatkan orderan, baik itu catering ataupun snack yang lain, kami selalu berbagi tugas dengan anak-anak dan suami. Anak-anak dan suami selalu membantu untuk menyiapkan pesanan catering itu. Saat ini di dalam mengurus izin usaha itu selalu dibutuhkan persyaratan punya NPWP. Jadi pada saat saya merintis usaha ini, saya sudah punya NPWP, otomatis saya sudah membayar pajak, walaupun memang sekarang hasilnya masih 0, tetapi saya sangat senang bahwa saya punya andil atau berpartisipasi di dalam pembangunan negara. Koperasi konsumen gereja dirasa ini banyak bimbingan dan banyak dampingan kepada pada UKM-UKM, termasuk saya salah satunya ada punya usaha catering ini, dan banyak sekali hal-hal yang harus dibenahi, baik perizinan, baik mutu produknya. Itu saya belajar terus supaya bisa meningkatkan mutu produk yang saya punya, dan tentu saja itu semua berproses dan izin-izin juga perlu saya lakukan dan saya sudah melakukan. Tentu itu akan mendukung dari program-program koperasi konsumen gereja dirasa. Tentu saja dari perbaikan-perbaikan yang saya lakukan dengan bimbingan koperasi konsumen gereja dirasa, baik itu untuk produk ataupun packaging dari produk sendiri, itu akan meningkatkan mutu juga kehidupan keluarga kami. Dengan produk yang bermutu pasti order akan semakin banyak dan itu akan bisa menambah penghasilan saya. Dalam menghadapi pandemi pada saat ini pasti semua berdampak, tapi saya bersama keluarga mengatasinya dengan cara tetap bersyukur walaupun order sangat berkurang, omset menurun, dan tentu saja ini akan berdampak kepada pemasukan kami. Jadi kami membuat solusi, yaitu selama pandemi ini kami melakukan pemasaran melalui online. Saya daftar di GoFood, GrabFood. Jadi setiap pulang kerja saya buka aplikasi GoFood dan GrabFood. Jadi pesanan melalui online, ya itu menjadi solusi kami saat ini. Sebagai anggota koperasi juga saya sangat bersyukur pada saat pandemi ini juga saya selalu disupport. Jam kerja juga masih tetap sama dengan tahun-tahun sebelumnya, dan juga usaha juga beberapa kali saya ada pesanan dari koperasi. Tentu itu juga menjadi tambahan pemasukan buat saya.
Sekaligus Bu Ratminingsih aja, Mbak.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera buat kita semua. Perkenalkan saya Ibu Adeney-Risakotta, bertempat tinggal di Dusun Leben, Kelurahan Bonharjo, Kecamatan Sangibalus, Kabupaten Kulon Progo. Saat ini saya jadi ibu rumah tangga. Selain ibu rumah tangga, saya menjabat saat ini menjabat jadi ibu Padukuhan Leben. Selain saya menjabat ibu, saya punya usaha olahan makanan lokal, kayak keripik pedagang, keripik daun singkong, keripik terong, pare, dan lain sebagainya. Selain itu saya punya usaha buka catering, juga olahan lokal bisa. Terus selain itu juga menerima pesanan kayak kue ulang tahun, kue buat oleh-oleh, kue hajatan, dan lain sebagainya. Saya mempunyai usaha bikin keripik pedagang, dimulai tahun 2007. Terus latar belakang saya bikin usaha keripik karena di Pedukuhan atau di dusun ini banyak pedagang yang tidak dimanfaatkan. Jadi saya mempunyai inisiatif bikin olahan lokal ya, contohnya kayak keripik, kayak terong, kayak pare dan lain sebagainya. Kesulitan saya bikin olahan lokal seperti contoh kayak keripik itu, kalau di musim kemarau memang sulit saya mencari bahan. Terus kayak yang lainnya mungkin kayak terong, pare itu kalau di musim hujan memang kita juga sulit karena tanaman itu banyak kayak kena penyakit itu, terus lonyoh secara intinya kayak jalan itu. Karena saya menjabat jadi dukuh, peran saya sama masyarakat. Jadi kalau pas ada rapat-rapat, mungkin ada pertemuan yang kayak mendadak, itu waktu saya berbagi-bagi. Jadi kesulitan saya bikin keripik itu masalah waktu. Saya bergabung Koperasi Gria Jati Rasa sejak tahun 2016. Awalnya saya dikasih tahu teman, sejak tahun itu saya menjadi anggota Koperasi Gria Jati Rasa. Saya bergabung Koperasi Gria Jati Rasa, saya banyak manfaat di koperasi itu karena banyak pesanan kayak keripik-keripik yang saya olah. Di dalam koperasi Gria Jati Rasa saya bertemu banyak teman, juga banyak perbedaan keyakinan, muslim juga non muslim. Terus saya juga berbagi pengalaman seperti produk-produk berbeda-beda. Dalam koperasi itu banyak perbedaan agama, juga perbedaan produk. Itu tidak ada kendala buat kami untuk maju bikin usaha atau mempunyai usaha. Contohnya seperti saya di dusun juga berbagai macam agama, tetap kita menjaga kesopanan, juga menjaga kekeluargaan di dalam rumah tangga dusun kami. Dalam pekerjaan rumah tangga kami tidak ada laki-laki juga perempuan, karena kami di dalam keluarga saling membantu. Nah itu pekerjaan perempuan atau pekerjaan suami, tetap kami saling membantu. Karena saya jadi kepala dukuh di Pedukuhan Leben, jadi saya kalau pagi itu udah siap nyiapin apa yang dibutuhkan anak juga suami, seperti contoh masak atau nyuci, itu sebagai ibu rumah tangga. Selanjutnya saya bekerja di kelurahan, sore baru bisa bekerja di rumah. Selama ini suami saya menghandle pekerjaan yang ada di rumah, misal kayak membantu seperti mengurus anak, juga pekerjaan yang lain. Mungkin kalau ke pasar berangkat kadang bapak, karena banyak pesanan, karena saya juga seorang ibu rumah tangga, juga seorang kepala dukuh, jadi kalau banyak pesanan di dalam bisnis saya kayak keripik-keripik, itu suami juga ikut berperan membantu bikin pesanan itu karena saya mencari waktu yang di selain selain di padukuhan atau di pemerintahan itu sering kami lakukan di sore hari setelah saya pulang dari kantor. Masalah MPWP, saya memang belum punya MPWP, tapi saya berusaha proses bikin surat MPWP. Terus selain itu kalau ada pesanan-pesanan dari pemerintah desa itu saya memang kena pajak itu 14%. 14% itu kita bayarkan ke pemerintah desa. Saya senang sudah berkontribusi sama pemerintah desa karena setiap orderan saya membayar PPh atau pajak sebesar 14%. Saya sudah membantu pembangunan yang ada di Kelurahan Kebon Harjo. Jika saya dikasih kesempatan untuk ikut ekspor olahan lokal dari Buah Jati Rasa, saya siap apa peraturan dari Koperasi Buah Jati Rasa tersebut. Dengan peningkatan mutu produk itu harus kebersihan kita tingkatkan, juga kualitas juga kami tingkatkan, terus mungkin dalam keluarga kami juga meningkatkan hasil produk supaya bagus. Otomatis keluarga akan terjaga kesehatannya. Selama pandemi emang banyak masalah kayak pengurangan pemesanan seperti itu, terus kayak mungkin orderan itu semakin berkurang, tapi saya juga tidak lepas dari usaha kami, tetap kami semangat berjalan walaupun itu tidak seperti yang istilahnya yang kami inginkan lebih banyak menghasilkan, tapi saya tetap semangat bekerja dan mungkin kesulitan kami dalam pemasaran di saat pandemi ini emang kami agak turun, tapi saya berusaha kayak online, kayak gimana caranya kami bisa menghasilkan, berusaha supaya pemasukan itu tetap ada terus. Saya dapat dukungan dari Koperasi Buah Jati Rasa, itu berupa bantuan sembako, terus yang lainnya seperti informasi dari grup Koperasi Buah Jati Rasa.
Okay, terima kasih. Thank you very much, Mbak Puji. I think all the participants from Amerika already left. Yang dari Amerika partisipannya sudah mengundurkan diri karena sekarang sudah malam, di East Coast sudah tengah malam. Jadi Ibu Sandi sudah mengundurkan diri. Sekarang di Berkeley jam 9 malam. Nah, saya sangat berterima kasih untuk video yang tadi sudah diputar Mbak Puji. Kiranya ini cara kita merayakan International Women Day ya. Semoga nanti dengan perayaan ini kita akan terus diberkati oleh Tuhan untuk bisa melakukan terobosan-terobosan ke depan. Ya, ada banyak hal yang bisa kita lakukan. Dan terima kasih untuk kesempatan ini. Saya sampaikan kepada Mbak Puci yang bekerja keras bikin video, Tante Ade, Bu Ana, terima kasih banyak. Dan untuk respondennya Bu Tuti, Bu Ratminingsi, Bu Irena, Bu Ana, terima kasih untuk waktunya dalam singkat bisa menghasilkan video-video tersebut. Dan juga teman-teman lain, Bu Eva, nanti kami bisa teruskan ya Bu Eva untuk peningkatan ekonominya. Kalau dengar, ini mungkin nggak kedengaran ya. Tadi ada pertanyaannya belum sempat saya follow up karena tiba-tiba terputus ya. Nanti bisa saya follow up mungkin melalui chatting. Dan terima kasih untuk Bu Sainora dari Pasca Aceh untuk waktunya yang sudah diberikan bersama kami. Kiranya perayaan Hari Internasional Perempuan ini bisa memberi kepada kami semangat ya dan kepercayaan bahwa kita akan terus maju dan akan mengatasi persoalan-persoalan perempuan, dan juga bukan hanya persoalan perempuan tapi juga lingkungan kita ya, kesejahteraan yang lebih luas pada masyarakat seperti yang sudah juga dilakukan oleh Ibu Tuti ya, dan juga dampak kepada lingkungan. Demikian kira-kira cara kita sama-sama merayakan Hari Perempuan Internasional, dan mohon maaf apabila ada banyak kekurangan. Mari kita tutup dengan sama-sama merenungkan saat teduh untuk bersyukur kepada Tuhan karena acara ini sudah berjalan dengan baik dan kita akan diberikan kesejahteraan, ketenangan untuk melalui masa-masa sulit sekarang, masa pandemik, dengan terus bekerja sama antara umat beragama, terutama perempuan yang punya kepedulian kepada sesama. Mari kita merendahkan diri di hadapan Tuhan. Amin. Demikian, selamat malam, selamat pagi untuk ibu-ibu.
Di sini siang, Bu.
Ya, sudah siang ya.
Sudah sekarang jam 12 pas, Bu. Dadah, Bu.
Semangat.
Sehat-sehat, Bu.